Good evening, and welcome to the Night Owl. If this is your first time visiting, then welcome. You're in for a treat. If you're a frequent visitor, well, it's good to have you back. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Content may contain adult language and scenarios that may not be suitable for all audiences, so listeners' discretion is advised. We're on Patreon, guys, so if you'd like to donate and help support the Bird Brain Podcast, head on over to www.patreon.com/thebirdbrainpodcast where you can donate and also get some pretty cool rewards in return. Tonight's story features a tale about being at the right place, but maybe not the right time. Lock your doors, check your windows, and get comfortable. You won't be sleeping tonight. I give you Breaking Point. It's been a while since I've had an impromptu beach day. Work has been piling up, and I can't really think straight lately, so figured I'd throw caution to the wind and just escape for a little. It was my friend's idea, otherwise I would have just locked myself in my room. When I'm stressed, I'm indecisive, but this time, I said, fuck it, let's go. We hopped in the car and we were on our way. Traffic was a little backed up, so we had time to chat, catch up about the mundane things, work, life, the dogs. Where are we going? I asked. One of my favorite beach spots. Not a lot of people go to this place, she said. It's a quiet neighborhood. It's very calm. It'll be good for you. In LA, it's kind of hard to find a not so crowded beach, so I was a little skeptical, but I was in the car. I was running a list of things I had to do before I left for this trip. It was a real struggle to relax, I'm not gonna lie, but I was doing my absolute best for me and for my friend. I just felt uneasy all day. Why? No actual reason besides the anticipation of all the things I needed to get done. We talked for a little while. We had time until we finally got to the beach. She was right. It was empty. It was middle of the afternoon too, so it's kind of surprising. There were a few stragglers here and there, but overall, peace. I felt like I could relax a little bit just listening to the waves crash. Some time had passed and people were starting to head home. We stayed along with a couple of others. I was tired of thinking so much, so I just closed my eyes for a little bit. I could hear someone in the distance carrying on a conversation, more like a screaming match. I couldn't make out what the actual conversation was, and it wasn't really any of my business either. It didn't last but maybe 10 seconds more, and then nothing. Next thing you know, I dozed off. I slept a lot longer than what I realized, because when I woke up, the sun had already started to set. My friend came back chasing her dog. Her dog dashed into me. He had something in his mouth. He took off at one point, and some guy caught him for me. Luckily, I wrestled with her pup for a minute, and he spit it out finally. It was a ring. Look, I'm too stressed out to be proposed to right now, but this is cute. Haha, funny. I don't know where he got it from. As she said that, a man approached us. You found it. Oh, hey, my friend said. This is the guy. This is the guy that caught Buddy. Right place at the right time, I guess. I noticed him looking around for a second. Not just looking, it was like he was scanning the beach. I watched him. Finally, he caught me. Is everything okay? I said. Yeah, just getting a good look of the waves crashing. You know, sometimes you could visit a place every day, you still see it for the first time. I come here a lot, my friend said. Oh, is that right? You guys see anyone else out here? Just you so far. Yeah, well, that's good then. You from around here? He asked. Nope, city girl. The question seemed a little bit too weird. Who the fuck was this guy? I thought to myself. I guess he noticed how puzzled I was by his questions. Hey, I'm just always curious about new faces. But anyways, I'll take that off your hands. He motions at the ring I was holding from Buddy's mouth. Oh, here you go, man. Nice ring, my friend said. Yeah. A lot of memories with this one. Have a good night. Just like that, he walked off. I watch him walk away. My friend catches me. You know him? No. You kept watching him like he looked familiar. No, he was just a little too friendly. Beach town. It happens. Let's go. Oh my God, I'm starving. We packed up our things and we headed back to the car. A little bit of a walk, but a peaceful one. We finally got on the road and the traffic was honestly a parking lot. We sat for what felt like an hour until we finally decided to find the next exit, and find some food. We found the nearest diner. It looked edible enough, so we stopped there. Apparently someone else had the same idea because I realized the car had gotten off the exit that we did. And it turned to the diner like we did. I pretended for a while to get things situated in the car since it was a mess. And we weren't planning to stay too long since the dogs were in the car. I just wanted to wait, just to see who got out the other car. But no one yet. It was about 3 to 5 minutes that had passed. My friend had no idea and decided to help me clean the car. When I'm stressed, I clean anyway, so there was no real alarms that went off for her. Meanwhile, I was watching that other car. It parked facing the diner while we were parked parallel to it. The windows were all tinted, so you couldn't see much. Finally, we got situated, and we just headed inside. I noticed there was a cop car in the lot too, so that was some relief. The place inside was dimly lit, and buzzing light, you know the deal. Not too many people except for a waitress that greeted us and a cook who was glued to the TV. That car in the lot. No one came out of it yet, I thought to myself. Just then it was a breaking news report. A woman's body washed up on the beach. Sit anywhere you like, the waitress said, half distracted by the report, half paying attention to us. Oh my word. The waitress couldn't pay us any mind, so we just sat in the back. I always like keeping an eye on the entrance, so I sat facing the door. The news report kept blaring in the background. The waitress told the cook to turn it up more. It was the beach we were at. A woman was found beaten and washed ashore. There was a ring evidently missing from her hand, too. What the fuck? My friend nudged. We were honestly glued at this point. The news report carried on, and the cop walked past from the restroom at the same time. The front door opened, and a couple came in and sat down with their kid. I looked out the window, and there weren't any other cars but the one I was focused on. The cop walked to the counter, put money on the counter, and bid a farewell. It was too dark to see his face, but his hand. I noticed a ring. The same ring in Buddy's mouth from earlier. The same ring the woman was missing on her hand. So there you have it. Tune in next week for another story to keep you up at night. If you have a story of your own you'd like to be featured on this podcast, email at thebirdbrainpodcast@gmail.com with the subject headline, The Night Owl. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Bird Brain Podcast. You can come hang out in the Podcast Junkie community on Discord. Sleep tight.